It was hot, it was windy, and there were some oddities, but the Huskers came out with the win. We recap the Sparty game and look forward to the first true road trip of the season, all tonight on Big Red Wrap-Up. Hi, everyone. I'm Michael Severe, and welcome to Big Red Wrap-Up on Nebraska Public Media. A lot to chat about tonight after a win and a fairly strange week in the Big Ten. We want to hear from you, the viewer. Here's how you can connect with us. You can go on Facebook, X, our Big Red Wrap-Up page with your questions. You can also email or text us at nebraskapublicmedia.org. Our phones are also standing by, ready to take your calls. At the end of the show, we'll answer as many of your questions as time permits. Now it's time to look back at our sideline survey from last week. We asked you which tier Nebraska is in the Big Ten. Tier 1, which is 1 through 3. Tier 2 is where you voted 4 through 8, 69% of the votes there. Tier 3, 9, 13, 25%, and 2% of Iowa fans said between 14 and 18. This week's question, with Nebraska on the road, which other Big Ten game are you most likely to watch this Saturday? Number 1, Ohio State, Illinois. Number 7, Indiana at number 3, Oregon, or number 15, Michigan at USC, or other. You have that choice as well. Joining us now, former Husker Jay Bourne and Damon Benning, talking about the Michigan State game. I'm curious. I'm sure you played and win because you played in Nebraska. When you're going out there and you know that, do you think at any point does it kind of get in your head a little bit?
Well, you're asking a defensive player, so I mean that.
You hope it gets there.
Yeah, I hope it does.
Yeah.
That would. I remember we had a few of them. I think my junior at K-State at home. I think it was like 7-6. It was blowing. I think it was windier than that on Saturday.
Did you play in 04 at Iowa State?
We did.
That's one of the windiest press boxes I've ever seen.
So obviously throwing the football into it is tough. You got to be able to run the ball into the wind, and you got to handle it. And if a quarterback can spin it the right way, he can usually get through that. But it's hard, man. It's difficult. I think that was obviously Nebraska struggled heavily in the second and third quarter going into it. So it was tough. But I tell you what, I like Nebraska's ability to get through it, to bounce back, find some ways to win, and even with, they won on defense, got some special teams wins. But that win was heavy. That was heavy, tough to deal with, and it won't be not the first time, won't be the last two at Memorial Stadium.
Emotional fortitude. That's what Nebraska showed again this season.
Yeah, and I like the situational awareness. To Jay's point, I remember playing at Jack Trice at Ames. It was open-ended, and that place was a circus. Nebraska, at Memorial Stadium can be tough too because the wind whips. It's not, you can't really trust the flags, and being a special teams guy all the time, you kind of trust it. But you know where I think it impacts people the most? It's not the players. I think it's the coaches, the coordinators. You're more apt to dial up pressures into the wind, third and long. You're going to make them throw it over your head. Offensively, it's like, well, we have the wind versus we don't have the wind. So you get conservative versus not conservative. I think those are the places where it impacts the game the most. The players, I don't think they give two cares. One place I think it should matter, and I think we saw it with Aiden Childs as he started to get a little frustrated. Throwing with the wind is unusually difficult.
I always tell people that.
I think as quarterbacks. Sometimes you feel like you want it and it's a good thing. Throwing with it can be difficult.
Yeah, because I know I can throw it harder into the wind. But how much wind will take off it when I'm throwing with the wind at my bat?
Why I just say me as a golfer,
Oh, sure.
I'd rather hit into the wind than downwind because you lose control of the ball and you don't know what happens when that ball hits the ground downwind. Same with a quarterback, right? Once it gets up there in that air, you're like, I hope it comes down the right hands.
He was already shook. From our vantage point up there in the box, you can see how all the conversations he was having with the white hat, and he was rattled early. At no point in that game did I feel like he was very comfortable. And I don't think it's any coincidence between he and Sorsby. Those quarterbacks' two worst games were against Nebraska's pass defense. He was not comfortable, and it started early.
Yeah, and why do you think that's the case? Because I watched him play every game. He's
a good player.
He has developed so much from last year where he made a bunch of mistakes, but Nebraska made him like a freshman all over.
I just watching some of the quick replays, on YouTube. I just watch it with my son because he loves to watch them. Just the communication between Nebraska secondary, just right there. That play exactly. A little IO inside out. their man-to-man situation. They saw it right away. They communicated quick. They gave a hand signal. That stuff is that's what you get when you have guys that played so much football together, is a communication. But that was the exact play I was thinking of. I saw that multiple times. Right there, they just gave a quick hand signal, and they handled it. A lot of times when you get those wide receivers in close situations, you got to be able to communicate and pass it off.
Pass it off, yeah.
So that's elite stuff. That's why teams are having a hard time getting open, is because ability to communicate and handle certain route tree concepts because they can pass them off.
Yeah, that guy right there, Javen Wright, I thought was outstanding.
He was great.
They kind of mangled that deal, and he talks over his shoulder. And I think the other thing is the pass rush integrity. You know this, not only getting after the passer, but being a big guy. We take for granted, us little guys, change of direction, bend, getting low and redirecting. Nebraska showed a little gumption, being able to redirect and pass rush with some lane integrity that I think really frustrated Childs.
It's one of the things that those matchup defenses, when they play that way, it just makes it so hard for the quarterback, because a lot of times you're looking ahead of yourself. You don't see what's coming at you. They're past the guy off. Next thing you know, you're throwing to a guy right in his arms.
Yeah.
Kind of like what happened to Dylan a little bit, because that linebacker dropped back.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, didn't see him playing underneath.
Yeah. So what did you think about the offensive line? You know, throughout the game, man, the social media was crazy about the offensive line. Then the grades come out from PFF. Your thoughts on what you saw?
Yeah, I mean, I take the PFF grades with a grain of salt.
Yep.
I don't know who's actually grading those plays and those players. So I take that with. I don't put my I don't trust them one bit. But look, I thought the run game was improved. We had that was you got to tip your cap to that. Now they had some busts. Like you're going to bring pressures. Nebraska did not pick them up well on a couple of sacks. I think there was a bust by the running back and a bust by tackle on a couple of those sacks. But I like the creativity on this run play down here in the red zone. But I thought overall, I know the sacks are you want to see that cleaned up. And I know that one series was disastrous where 2 sacks and you had the bad snap.
Yeah.
But overall, I know there's that between the second and third quarter, it wasn't great. But that's high level stuff right there. What they're able to do to get that crease, get that seal.
Yep.
Guys are executing. It's just right now when it's good, it's really good. When it's not, it's bad.
Yeah.
And I think people focus on the bad so much that they think everything is terrible. But it's like no, they do a lot of good things.
Yeah.
So I think you got to take everything with a little bit of grain of salt. But they executed where they need to execute. They still got some stuff to clean up. It's the 5th game of the season. I understand that, but I'm not too concerned, I think, as a lot of other people are.
5th game of the season, but first time that they had that alignment on the offensive line.
Yeah.
Right?
And listen, hindsight is 20/20. I talked to you guys a ton. You kind of know that's how I wanted to start the season, right? I think you roll with the punches. You play Pritchett at right tackle. You put Gatula at right tackle, Pritchett left and Gatula at right. And I get it. It's a learning curve for him and Pritchett at left. And this kick step first or this kick step first. It's not as easy as kind of you and I just talking to our left and to our right. So, but having said that, I like Nebraska. I hope they keep an eye on, and maybe they're charting, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, self-scouting, offset backs versus pistol. When that back is directly behind the quarterback versus offset left or right, advantageous running plays. A two-way go for a running back, downhill when you run duo or some of those little gap schemes, much better than just running, I think, zone read without a second running threat in the backfield. That's something I think Nebraska is really starting to settle into.
To an offset running back, I think from a defensive standpoint, understanding protections and slides.
Oh, yeah.
The center always goes away from the offset back.
Yeah.
So as a defensive lineman,
you get tendencies.
He's offset to the quarterback's right.
Numbers.
So to our left, I know that center's coming my way. So if we have a game going on, we have a pressure, it's like, go that way. Because we don't want a 2-man game to a 3-man slide.
Yeah.
We want to go to the 2-man side. So that kind of tips your cap. It's very, very rare. The only time you ever see the center go towards the back is usually a screen, too. So that gives it away as well. So those are things why the pistol is a little more advantageous, even in the run game, but also not to tip your cap for protection purposes, too.
We talked so much about, that bye week and what you did. And we saw both those teams get into their coaching. There was nothing that Michigan State did worse than pass rush and pass coverage, and they got better. Nebraska struggling with the run defense, they got better. That's working on your mistakes or your problems and fixing them.
Yeah, I really listen. I'm not a Michigan State fan, but I did like the communication on the back end. I thought for missing, they're missing their nickel, in one of their corners. I don't know if it's addition by subtraction or whatever. I don't assess their talent, but I liked what they were kind of doing on the back end. And it's a copycat league. And I think people see what teams try to do to Nebraska. It's one of two things. They're either going to man you up and pressure you like crazy,
Yeah.
or they're going to drop and play coverage and make you be patient. But one thing you aren't going to do is be able to get a bead throwing balls over teams' heads. And so Nebraska's going to have to learn to be patient and win some one-on-ones.
Yeah, and I know what Coach Rule said when the question was asked about maybe Rail needs to just rip it more, you know, and I know what he meant by it, but there are times where I would like him to get rid of it so much quicker instead of maybe trying to make the bigger play or maybe try to avoid the mistake. That's a big thing too.
You know where, this is anecdotally, so take this with a grain of salt. You know where I think it happens the most? Along the hashes in the intermediate
Yeah,
passing
crossing,
game.
yeah.
Where, you get a little, it's not even gun shy. You want to be careful with the football.
Sure.
And sometimes I think those little look-ins or those little in cuts or kind of those little bang eights, sometimes you just got to let that thing go.
Yep.
But it is in the middle of the field and there is traffic around. Sometimes you got to trust it. But for the most part, especially when it's a free blitzer, he's got to understand when that's on him versus when that's on the protection.
But that's a great example right there. You have guys coming after him, and immediately he hit Hunter on like a little button hook, right? He just got rid of it.
That is old school. I love it.
The
He said
crosser,
button hook.
the crosser to Emmett Johnson down by the goal line that Coach brought up, that was a situation where I don't know if he was blocked by the line.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't know. They got some big guys on the line.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe he got blocked by somebody coming across.
Our vantage point's pretty easy.
Yeah, when where we are,
it's either
easy to
television
see.
or we're in the booth.
Yeah,
right?
it's very easy to see up
we
there.
get to look
yeah.
down.
Let's go to the defensive line, and Nebraska got a lot of pressure, got 4 sacks, 42 yards with the losses. What did you see from those guys?
I tell you what, they brought some unique situations of setting up their D line. I mean, they offset 3 guys to one side of the protection. They overloaded a side and then brought linebackers. You haven't seen that a lot. I tip my cap. It's another wrinkle by Butler and his crew. I thought Noweri played his best game yet. Kim Lenhart played his tail off.
Quietly.
Judy was there. I think it's getting cleaner. It's getting better. And they got better over the bye week. I didn't, the stunts, the actions, it wasn't as complicated when they did move. It was just going from B to A, C to B type of stuff, really quick stuff.
Yeah.
Not a lot of crisscross and stuff. So I like that. Those are the type of movements I like. That to me is what this defense needs a little bit more of. But again, guys they're playing better together. Again, understanding where your help is, funneling it to the right way. You boxing it like we always talk about. Are you playing inside out? Are you spilling it?
You see what they went to this week?
Yes.
They went back to the Jay Moore
yes,
way. They spilled a ton
Yes.
this week. And here's the beautiful thing. They have some fellas now. McCullough, he's a real dude.
Yep.
Winari, he's another real one. The key is the development of Javen Wright and Shavers. Those guys are playing better, and they're getting better with each game. Remember, Shavers was situational.
Yep.
He was either a pressure guy, and he's learning to play 3 downs. He's growing. And Buda Wright, with the all-time vengeance game, didn't love the way he played against Michigan.
Yeah.
He was sensational against Sparty.
Yeah, and we didn't talk a lot about him yet, but Dawson Merritt was a guy, I know that Jay Foreman, who was here last week, really wanted to see him play more. Really likes the way he plays. For a young guy, forget the fact that he's not that big or whatever. I love the fact that he knows what's happening.
Yeah.
You see him adjusting defensive linemen. He's smart. He's in the books.
Yeah, he's young, right? So he's
Yeah.
gonna be a little boomer busty,
Yeah.
right? And you get that. You'll see the great splash plays, and he'll thump, and all of a sudden you'll see a vacated backside B gap where he should be in the honey hole. But you'll live with that as a coach as he continues to grow and develop. He has got a very nice football IQ.
Here's something that happened on Saturday. Michigan State came in forcing more missed tackles than almost anybody else in the Big Ten. And for the most part, Nebraska tackled really well.
They did. It was, other than a couple of leaky plays, that 3rd and 15 that they got about 14 on the draw play, that one still is bugging me. I hate that as a defensive lineman, you give that up. But no, it was clean. Just from everybody in general. I mean, the corners filled on the outside. Andrew Marshall,
Andrew
Sierra
Marshall
Wright
looked really good.
filled up on the outside very, very well.
About the little subtle, I wouldn't say it's subtle. Sierra Wright's ability to tackle out of the nickel spot and let Donovan Jones play just the boundary corner really solidifies that secondary.
Which he's never
fitting
done
in.
before, by the way.
You see the same 3 guys, right? You think Marshall, Jones, Wright, what's the big deal?
Yeah.
Where they're playing and how they're playing it is fantastic because they're playing to those players' skill sets. Sierra Wright is a guy that can play. He's a good two-way guy. Donovan Jones, not so much. Put him on the boundary. Let him be aggressive. He's a good athlete. Let him play there and feast. And then Marshall, again, another guy with a nice bounce-back game, in my opinion.
I think that the proponent of that, when you have better tackling, is cleaning up the fits, having guys play one way, go on, hey, you're B to A, whatever it is, this is your gap, be more gap sound, that people just understand where everyone's supposed to be. When you get a lot of action and movement, it kind of confuses guys. They don't know exactly where to be at times. In one false step, and all of a sudden you're like, man, it's tough to get out of there. So I think just cleaning that up defensively, it just helps everyone out in general.
All right, let's go to the highlights and take a look at what was a really warm day with some wind as well. Other than that, it was a beautiful day at Memorial Stadium. Anytime you can go out on a Saturday and watch some Nebraska football, it certainly is that. There's a lot of excitement going on in the game, of course. Early on, here's something that Child saw a lot of. Would you say Edwin Moses on the radio? A little hurdle action right there?
Yeah, it was just a really good start for a guy that wanted to play well.
No doubt. And here, Emmett Johnson's numbers overall, you don't get excited about because of the minus yards of the sacks, but he had close to 100 yards by the way he was running. That was a big run early on there. And this is something that we want to see more from Dylan, right?
Just step up. Be more sudden.
Yeah.
That's just be more sudden. And if there's nothing there, tuck it and go. There's nothing wrong with that.
And obviously, this is a good play here. A little trickeration. Start off with Harburg to Raiola to Emmett Johnson, who doesn't want the ball. He's take the ball. Get the ball away from me. Who had 3 touchdowns on the day, playing very well. And there's no doubt in anybody's mind he's more explosive. Speaking of explosive, Khan from Star Trek 2. And then, of course, Carter Nelson with the touchdown. What did you see on this one?
This is great. This is the outside. Nebraska's had more guys to this side of the football. They had 5, and Michigan State only had 4. The PP just didn't get over there fast enough and kind of went to sleep, and they took advantage of it.
I love the fact they talked about that all week, that they were going to get that. They knew it was coming. They were going to get it. There's one of the few missed tackles right there, and that's one of the best missed tackle forcers in all the Big Ten right there. But overall, most of it was pretty good tackling. There's Frazier with his longest run of the game. They only had 4 runs over 10 yards, and one of them was a scramble by the quarterback of 16 yards. And then you look here, big sack by Elijah Juicy. His first one of his career.
Yeah, Chaz wasn't the same after this.
No.
In my opinion, it was all downhill from here.
I think he was concussed after that. Backup quarterback comes in, and I'm not going to even try his last name. Makes a nice throw on here. A little soft coverage to get that. And then Yelling, who is a very good player, who I think is going to play in the league. Number 12 there, he catches the ball for the touchdown to make it 14-7. Ball gets back to Michigan State again. This is another time where Frazier tried to do too much. And here's what you mentioned, coming out of the slot. Sierra Wright with the tackle.
This is really, really good backside help there, though, too,
Yeah.
staying disciplined.
You're a CBR guy, cut back, counter, reverse, stay home.
Yep. Here's Ja'Cory Barney, who, of course, is the Jet Award Foundation Special Team Returner of the Week, people. That's right. With the longest return of the week of 57 yards right there. But then the drive kind of falls apart. You've got a misassignment at the left tackle spot on there. Then after that sack, then you have this issue where you, again, another sack. Probably could have gotten rid of the ball there. Didn't. And then the snap a little bit off to his right on the next one. And then, of course, they probably could have called, they should have called face mask. Any hole in the helmet.
Yes.
Front, back, side, doesn't matter. That should have been a face mask.
You guys think his view was obstructed?
Well, had to be. Had to be. If he had the TV camera view, it's a 100% face mask.
Yep. And then here is Singleton with his first interception. Now, you want sudden change, and they look for sudden change, but you had an issue here where you get a sack. Holgorsen said today in the press conference he wanted to try to get a touchdown quick. Didn't get it there. Then get another chance for sudden change, another interception. Singleton again making him the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week. Nebraska again can't move the ball. But this is nice right here. I thought this was a great play call. I thought it was perfect. It just got to get a block.
Yeah, that was a fantastic play by 23. I
Yep.
like the concept. You could kind of feel it coming. And listen, Coach Rule ate the call.
Yeah, he did. So here's one. That's a 4th down and 8 conversion. Childs is going to get that on you. This is the one that's painful,
Yeah,
though.
man, that's hard, though. I'm telling you, I've been in that position as an outside.
What would you tell him? Just get to the top shoulder, right?
You can, but you spin out like that. I've happened to me so many times. It drives you nuts. You'll wake up in the middle of the night screaming at yourself.
He's a good athlete,
But
man.
that's so hard.
That made it 14-14. Raiola comes back now, making a throw across the middle. It just kind of didn't see the linebacker drop into his vision. I think also at that point he was a little frustrated in the game and the way things were going on. Here's Frazier, who didn't have the game I thought he was going to have because Nebraska's defense, for the most part, played really well against the run game. This, not so much. On the quarterback sneak, goes in standing up 21-14.
Yeah, you got to walk me through how when you're in double-A gaps, how you go in untouched.
And it was a 5-man front, too. They had 5 defensive linemen in there on that one as well.
Did one guy cross face, too, and just didn't fill it up after that.
Tell me about the replay here. Tell me, Damon, what Jacory does to get himself so open here.
Yeah, so he sees him. Oh, you know, he sees the leverage. He's trying to take away the speed out. He's like, okay, it's like your neck of the woods, Louisiana Bayou. He just goes back and gets vertical. That's just really good football like you.
Dane Key here takes the corner with him and then blocks the safety, lets Emmett make the play.
How mad do you get at guys when they don't crack the place?
Lord have mercy.
D-line guys get mad.
This shows you the wind here and the problem with that. Nebraska gets another chance at a short field, but just like they've had on the other chances, they do not capitalize. Even though this is a nice play with the horse collar, gets an automatic first down, puts Nebraska in a perfect situation to basically put the game out of reach, but misses. There's Emmett right there.
Right there, wide open.
And I think maybe the linemen were in his way and he didn't see him, and so that's where he misses him, and so they just settle for the field goal. But Nebraska takes the lead here, 24-21. Cunanan with another make out there. As I mentioned earlier, 5 total sacks for Michigan State with 35 yards of losses. There's a chance where I think he could have dumped it off early.
Yeah, that should not be a sack,
No,
right? Just
that's
check it down and you're good.
That's on Dylan. That's not on the O-line. That's on Dylan.
Great play by Andrew March. He
go.
actually had 2 in a row there.
That's a little cover 2 action right there. Just
Yeah,
a bit
squatty.
play. Uh-huh.
And then here's Isaiah Hunter with the screen. You're going to break this one down later?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, just really good execution by the line. Just the perfect timing of the call. You get Barney's punt return called back. Next play, boom, this happens.
And you get loses the shoe, but look at all the blocking here. I mean, everybody's
Evans.
getting a hat on a hat.
Yep.
You know, it's just perfect.
Topsky and Pritchett are sealing on the inside.
Yep,
I mean,
and
it's
even
just
down
well
the field, too. Yeah, you got plays blocking happen as well. So great job by Hunter. And Holgorsen said he could tell he was the hot hand.
Yeah, what do you call those blocks for that? They call those sucks to be you. Right? You got the sucks to be you block, right? It is a miserable place, and Justin made him pay.
And then the defense takes over late as Michigan State's trying to come back. 2 back-to-back sacks. The first one is by Williams-Nwaneri. He gets the sack here after about 4 or 5 spin moves by Childs trying to get away. 4 sacks for minus 42 yards on there. And then the last one by Cameron Linhart. He gets that one right there for the sack. So making it 4 total sacks.
He's lucky if his spine stayed intact. A lot of times you guys like to put your helmet right between the numbers.
Yeah, you can't quite do that anymore, though.
Touchdown run by Emmett Johnson, the third of the day. 38-31. Nebraska wins the game. Perfect formation right here, victory formation. Let's take a look at the stats. 38-27 is your final. We go to the stats to see what Nebraska did on that. If you look at a couple things that really stand out. Time of possession. I know they didn't have the ball as much, but Nebraska took advantage of it in the end of the third quarter and the fourth quarter and just exploded on them, getting some big plays. And as you can see, the rushing yard says 67, but Nebraska actually ran over 100 yards. It's the sack-adjusted yard.
That's a good call on the time of possession because I think in the second and the third quarter they had the ball for less than 5 minutes in both quarters.
Yep. Let's do players of the game. Not a surprise. Like I said, 3 touchdowns for Emmett Johnson. You can see the rushes and the receptions and everything he did there. And then Deshaun Singleton, who not only is our player of the game, the Big Ten defensive player of the game as well. And to break down a couple of the key plays from the win, let's go over to Mr. Moore for Jay's plays.
All right, welcome into Jay's Plays tonight. The first play we're going to look at is an Isaiah Hunter jailbreak screen here in the fourth quarter, just after the Barney punt return got called back for blocking back. But Nebraska does a really good job here. Michigan State like to get in a lot of man-to-man situations and bring in pressures. This is how you beat those type of defensive situations. So I'm going to highlight Lindemeyer gets a good job getting on the edge. Pritchett does a good job getting second level. Latofsky does an awesome job getting second level. Evans is going to get over here. We'll see this. He completely lays out the linebackers. Excellent job of execution. Spindler's going to even do a great job of getting out here. I know the O-line's caught a lot of flack lately, but they did do an outstanding job of executing this play. As we'll hit here, we can run this thing. You can see, boom, puts them all in conflict, right? See the great block by Evans. Hunter's shoe comes off, and he's off to the races. So just a well-orchestrated, well-timed play by the Big Red. You'll see 51 here. Evans has come out here, right? He just gets this linebacker, bam. Didn't even see it coming. That's the thing of beauty. That's what those linemen live for, right? You see Hunter with one shoe on, turn on the afterburners. Evans behind him celebrating. Nice play call by Holgorsen and crew. Okay, block punt. So they knew they could get this. Nebraska overloads the center. So we have 5 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 to that side. So normally that guy's going to go free. Usually as a punt block team, you block inside out. You want this guy, the long guy, to go around. Quickest way to point A to point B is a straight line. But Khan's going to get through here clean. The personal protector does not see him. Bam. Had no chance. Just a well-executed, well-performed punt block. First one in a while now for the Big Red. That's Mike Eckler, special teams. Fantastic job in this game. Let's send it back to Michael.
Thanks, Jay. Next up, Steve M. Sipple joins us to look deeper into the win over Michigan State, and we see how the Huskers' road in the Big Ten is lining up.
You know, we always go see a movie the night before the game, and so we've seen some horrific movies. So I've just given up on that.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely a group decision. People listening when I say I think that this is a good film. I've heard good things, but yeah, it's a group decision always though.
I mean, somebody's got to at least defer you a little bit.
Yeah. I think I've got a little bit of sway in the decision making.
That's what happened with Isaiah. I was like, I got to get this kid the ball, man. And so I threw him that screen, and then he caught another one, and then he caught another one, and I was like, this dude's becoming a real player. And so that's why I threw him the screen again. Just to, when I sense that on guys, I force play calls to those guys.
That was my first one-shoot touchdown, and I had a top speed too. So like, even if I have both shoes on, I just wonder like what would be my top speed like if I had both my shoes on.
Before you win a game, you can't lose it. You know, what I mean, like, you don't give the game away. Like, don't beat ourselves, right? Like, and so, I think when you're like you talk, there's 3 stages of winning, right? There's eliminating losing football, right? That's the first year we were minus 16 or whatever we were in turnovers. It's going to be no matter what we wear, no matter what music we listen to before the game, it doesn't matter if you're minus 16. Then you start playing winning football. Then you start trying to play championship football, and turnover margin, all those things they start to, because it's one thing to not give the ball away, which we're doing a pretty good job, but we're taking the ball away. That's jumping up, which that's about playmakers. That's about the way you're playing.
All right, let's welcome in Stephen M. Sipple, columnist from Husker Online. What is that, a polo?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. That's good.
Oh, inside joke.
Yeah, inside joke there.
You call this a polo?
Yeah, you call it a polo. I think
Yeah.
so. So windy, hot. They got behind, but emotionally, Nebraska rallied. You got to love that, seeing that again.
Yeah. I mean, there's resilience. It kind of gets lost in a broad discussion, or it gets lost in the minutia a little bit. But it's really 2 straight games, in my opinion, because against Michigan, they didn't go away. And in this game at 21-14, I thought it looked fairly bleak. Changed quick, though.
Yep.
And as Dana Holgerson pointed out today, so they get it to 21-21, and he said, we knew we were going to win the game at that point.
Yeah.
See, that's beautiful to hear. I was like, wait a second, it's 21-21. But in their minds, it was over. The game was over. That's beautiful. That tells you a lot about confidence.
You could feel the college football, the momentum. You could feel it switch.
You could.
In a hurry.
You could.
And they were going into the
But it was really
and
quick.
it went to switch, right? But
It was
yeah,
really quick because it went from dead in the water to,
well, look how
here we
quick it
go.
switched on Nebraska, up 14-0. All of a sudden, 2 quarters later, you're down 21-14. It looks like you're in full control.
Right.
But you spoke to minutia and get in, the fine details. Through 5 games, what do you think is a fair criticism of this team so far and an unfair criticism through the first 5 games?
Fair criticism for sure is the tackle play. I mean, or just the 9. They've given up 12 sacks in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, they have to protect better. Unfair criticism. I mean, the run game discussion is complicated. They can do it, but I don't know what to make of like what Matt said this week, that it's kind of silly when people say we can't run the ball. On one hand, Emmett Johnson is 3rd in the league, tied for 3rd in the league in rushing. On the other hand, they're 14th as a team in rushing in the Big Ten. So they have an individual who's 3rd.
Yeah.
Good, tied for 3rd. And Emmett runs the ball really well. He's gotten better. But as a team, they're 14th.
Sack adjusted, though, to be a little bit higher.
Sack adjusted, there's that, but I don't know. I just don't know how they want to approach it all the time. I can't get a handle on how they want to approach it all the time. That would be my sort of underlying criticism.
I would give you, I don't want to ask a leading question, but depending on how you'd rank the coordinators, would you think that the criticism of Coach Butler has been unfair, given the fact that Sorsby and Childs have both had
Has he
their
been
worst games?
criticized?
Just the Michigan game. That was me. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I look at them statistically, getting off the field on 3rd down, scoring defense, pass defense. It seems like he doesn't get near the benefit. When it comes to offense, it's, they need to execute better.
Yeah.
They just need to execute better. But when it comes to defense, it's like, I don't know, It's
Well,
like,
I think.
wait a minute.
I think for sure he went into the season. You about said the key thing. I think he didn't get the benefit of the doubt that Eckler would get or that Holgorsen would get. I think he's quickly. Well, I think Michigan State was a big
He's
step
pretty
forward.
good. He's pretty good.
Well, and
pretty bright.
I thought just the way that you guys talk about it, the defensive line played. I almost had to watch the game twice. I was like, wow.
Well, you should.
Or 3 times.
But
I mean, you do
But
get
just
paid
to,
for that.
just to legitimize in my brain what I saw live, I was like, okay, that looked good. That looked good.
Yeah. So
You stop now.
we talk about the offense and the defense. The number one most efficient of the 3 is special teams. They are number 1 in the country in adjusted efficiency for
How about
special
that?
teams.
How about that?
Going from where they were to where they are now. I know it's not just one man, but
No, it's not.
But it's a lot about that one man.
I know. Coaching matters a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it really does. And it really matters when there's a really good one and a real determined one, and one who is exactly where he wants to be, not only in terms of geography, but in his life. So it's all lined up for Mike, and it's working. He wants to be the best defensive coordinator in the world, and he wants to do that at Nebraska.
Is he going to take Butler's job?
Or excuse me, special teams coordinator. No, don't start
Get
that.
you in trouble.
Yeah, you get me in big trouble with the head coach. But no, he wants to be the best special teams coordinator in the world, and he wants to do it here. So
I would.
and he's got some guys, by the way.
I wouldn't undersell, or would you, the fact that he just refuses to have a bad day. Like
He's
how
that
much?
way.
Like how much would what you think Nebraska's doing is their temperament, like their belief factor in terms of just moving on. Their AD doesn't complain. Their coach doesn't complain. Like they just attack the day. It has to permeate, don't you think?
Yeah, I think for sure. And Eckler has always been that way. And I do think it definitely helps special teams. And, he has 2 offices, one right by the weight room. It all makes sense. Now, he can wear you out a little bit.
That's what Coach Rule said, yeah.
but
I mean, if you let him, I like positive.
Yeah.
He's
like a whole hour
He's
of
a
this? I
little
can't do it.
loud, but
I'm not as big on
he's
positivity.
he's positive. Well, that's where the
Yeah,
rub
yeah,
is.
we're all like,
right, yeah.
Jay, was there a coach? Because I always talk about teachers inspiring you, but was there a coach? Because how many former players came along and said, you need to hire Mike Eckler? Was there a coach like that for you?
Oh my gosh. I mean, man, John Blake was a good one at Nebraska. Playing
Yeah,
for
he
him.
was.
Yeah.
His energy was infectious. Not a good X's and O's coach, but just
He could recruit.
But he could recruit. He
Became a head coach, Jay.
He brought. Oh,
He won 5 games.
he wasn't. I love it. He wasn't.
I got you.
Hey, a spade is a spade. All right.
Yeah.
But you loved to play hard for him. He had an infectious energy. All right.
Yep.
So that was good. Jason Tarver, when I was in San Francisco, that was a tough position for me, going from a defensive end to a 3/4 outside linebacker. Patience.
Patience.
Was patient with me. I struggled for my first 2 years heavily. It's like trying to learn to throw left-handed in the major leagues. Oh
God, really?
So patience with me was key in just slowing things down for me. So he was a good one. But no, I mean, Coach Eckler, I said he's going to change this thing when he first stepped on campus. I said he's going to at least get us. He's at least worth 2 wins. But last time I was at practice, just a couple weeks ago, I said, what's up, man? He said, how you doing? I said, good. He goes, are you good or are you great?
That's
That's
right.
just what he does. It's like, no, I'm great. You're right. You're like,
He's that way.
He raises just the level of
Yeah.
expectations. That's what he brings to the table.
He would say I'm just good.
Fair to middle.
I ran into him this summer and I said, what's the good word? And he said, playoff.
Oh, I love it.
You know that. So that positivity.
It's okay to say that.
Yeah,
you
and
know
that-
me, like I'm gonna ride with that.
Right, that positivity, though, it is infectious. It really is. Because how you know when a guy on the other side of the ball, who is the offensive coordinator, is talking about getting hit by Eckler and being a part of the whole
That's
thing.
super
And the
funny.
tight ends coach talking about was excited to see the block happen.
Right. That's permeating
Yeah.
the program. It's helping too. I don't if it hasn't been. It's been worth a win maybe so far, and it'll continue.
I mean,
to be.
that- I mean,
Here's the
Michigan
thing
State,
about
sure.
it. It's been good, but it could have been better so far. I mean, there's some things they left out there too. Left a block against Cincinnati. Should have blocked a punt against Cincinnati.
Probably should have had a kickoff return.
Right.
They're
And
gonna
Barney maybe
get one
could've
against
scored.
Maryland.
What? Which
A
one?
kickoff return.
You think so?
Yeah,
Hello.
I do.
Oh, I completely agree with him. They're the worst kickoff coverage unit in the Big Ten, and they're giving up about 28 yards overall.
Well, they don't kick it in the end zone.
Well, they can't. 58 yards is as far as they kick it. They're the shortest kickoff in all the Big Ten.
They better be careful there.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
Got to have the right guy back there.
Good to
right?
know.
Because
Correct.
you know how difficult that can be.
Very much so.
Because you're not. The punt return is so different than the kickoff return.
Yep, I
you
agree.
know.
I agree.
That it's there. You got to go. Get through that hole.
You might need it in this game too.
I like being able to do both, so I'm always going to back Pat me. But
Yeah.
I played with a couple guys. One was all pro, Michael Bates.
Yeah. Oh, Michael Bates is great.
He couldn't catch a punt to save his life.
Yep.
Ishmael returned punts and Bates returned kickoffs. They are two vastly different skill sets.
It is. Except looking forward, and I know you're not supposed to look forward, but these 2 road games in a row. Tougher one, Maryland on a Saturday or that Friday night game at Minnesota.
Maryland's better as a team, I think.
They got more
I'll say
dudes.
Maryland. I'll say Maryland because I've seen Minnesota, stationary quarterback, young quarterback.
Yeah.
They're really physical. Nebraska's physical enough to handle it, though. I'd say Maryland's a little tougher.
You agree with that?
I'm gonna rock with Sip. Whatever he says right now, I just want some of that good karma. So
Yeah, that's
I
a
mean,
good
if
idea.
you had me on next Tuesday, I would tell you Minnesota.
No, you would not.
But for right now, I'm gonna say Maryland.
These next 2 games are telling, man. Just to see how this team can handle the emotional ride. I mean, they're flying out 2 days early for this game.
I was gonna say, do you like how that shook out? For 6 months they thought they were gonna get the 11 a.m. kick, and obviously Michigan State has homecoming, so they get first pick.
I think it's great that they're going Thursday. I think you do whatever you have to do within reason, and that is within reason.
I like it. I like it. And NFL teams do it. You know, sometimes you got to get out there early. But you look at that. Then you get Northwestern when you come back home, and that last 4, man. I don't know what you thought of the last 4 before the season. It doesn't feel the same anymore.
No, it doesn't.
It is an electric company, Sesame Street kind of feel.
What are you
It's
gonna
not the same.
What are you gonna do if Michigan goes to Los Angeles and wins?
I don't know. What should I do?
We're not really worried about that. We're worried about the Notre Dame USC game is what we're worried about.
What,
But
We're really worried about
we're
that.
worried about that one, yeah, because that's a dinner on
I'm
that
not so worried.
one. You should be worried.
You should be worried. I got Notre Dame straight up. How about that? It's Casio.
You do what you want to do.
Casio.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Who are you getting a loan from?
I don't need one. He does.
Oh, that's right. Your boss is here.
Sip, thank you very much,
God
sir.
bless you.
I love the polo. Thanks for being us. When we come back, we'll talk recruiting and have Ed Lee from the Baltimore Sun talk about Maryland and see what your picks were for the plays of the game. All right, time for top plays. We start off with Emmett Johnson, 23-yard touchdown run. Look at the blocking. Dan Key comes over, gets the block on the safety. Emmett Johnson in for the touchdown, one of his 3 on the day. And then, this is why the Jet Award Foundation gave Ja'Cory Barney the return of the week because of this 57-yard return, the longest one in all of college football this week. He's going to eventually get a touchdown as well. You know it's coming. And then number 1, not a shock, as they said in Star Trek II, Khan! Okay, good. Block punt here. Probably a reference over everybody's head. Anyway, Carter Nelson, touchdown. Nebraska goes up 14-0 in the game for our number 1 play. Sean Callahan joins us to talk recruiting. Let's talk about the visit weekend.
Yeah, kind of ramped up another big weekend for Nebraska. They had they had several 2027s. I wanted to highlight 4 guys. Kyler Kuhn out of Kansas City.
That dude looks mean.
A big-time 2027 O-lineman was here.
Yeah.
Another offensive lineman, 4-star out of Georgia, Jordan Agboma. And then Cooper Terwilliger made it back to Lincoln. That's huge. Nebraska's in his final 4. And then Frederick Ards, a 4-star edge out of Orlando. So a lot of big-name talent, but I think these were probably 4 of the biggest ones to highlight for the class of 2027.
And you think this is you think in terms of all these guys, who's the one that's...
I think Terwilliger is the one to watch. I mean,
Yeah.
Iowa State, Nebraska, and Michigan are his 4. But now we want to take a look, Michael, at a commit tonight, Claude Mpuma.
Oh.
We've got the 4-star recruit, 6'8" tackle out of Chicago, Mount Carmel.
Good school.
And he's one of the top recruits right now in the 2026 class, the very small class.
Yeah.
He is a huge
Mpuma.
priority, Mr. Mpuma.
I like it.
To get him on board. And then bringing back the in-state tonight,
Yeah.
let's take a look at Kylon Haney. I know you've seen him a lot,
seen him
Michael.
run a lot, yeah.
Omaha Central, one of the top running backs in the state of Nebraska. Bigger, lower to the...
He weighs 205. 180 of that is lower body.
And I'd say he might. I mean, he's probably pushing 215.
Oh yeah, easily.
He's a big weight room guy. I
Easily.
forget what he
Yeah.
told me, but he said like 200 push-ups a day. He's a big push-up guy. And Nebraska's on him. Wisconsin, a number of other Power Fours. It'll be interesting because we think he's fairly close to committing to Nebraska, but we'll see kind of how that timeline plays out and what Nebraska wants to do with the 2027 running back class and kind of what direction they want to go. But there's no doubt his teammate already committed, and his eyes are on Lincoln too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that kid here in Nebraska. Last week's trivia: what year did the Big Ten add Michigan State, and what was the name of the conference before they added the Spartans? It was the Western Conference. Sparty joined in 1950, started Big Ten football in 1953. They went 9-1. The only loss was to 0-4 Purdue. The last time a Big Ten team that was in the top 10 lost to a no-win team until Saturday, when UCLA beat 7th-ranked Penn State. Yeah. Congratulations to this week's winner, Kirstie Eden from Davie, Nebraska. This week's, by the way, she wins a copy of Sean Callahan's new book, Huskers, Program Nebraska, Curated History of the Cornhuskers. This week's winner will be announced on next week's show. So let's take a look at this week's trivia question. Has Maryland ever played Nebraska in a non-Big Ten game? They've only played 4 times. Let's go to Husker history. Takes us back to 2016 for the first Big Ten matchup between Maryland and Nebraska. The Huskers dominated on the ground with Terrell Newby leading the way, scoring 3 touchdowns and 98 yards rushing in a 28-7 win. Before that game started, we were all looking up, including the play-by-play man for Nebraska, on who was going to be starting for Maryland because he wasn't even on the roster. He was the 4th-string quarterback. That was pretty funny.
Riker Fife started that game.
Yeah, Riker Fife for Nebraska, but for Maryland, man, they had some guy we didn't even know. For this year's matchup, we welcome in Ed Lee, who covers Terps football for the Baltimore Sun. Ed, thanks for taking the time. We appreciate it.
Thanks for inviting me.
Let's start with the youth, especially on the defense. I mean, some of the best players are freshmen. This must have been a pretty good class overall.
Yeah, I don't think anyone outside the program may have expected Mike Locksley to start so many freshmen, particularly on the defensive side. But I think it's a clear indication. He's talked about this before, how you have to sort of balance bringing in transfers as well as recruiting freshmen. And you want the sort of the wise veteran leadership that transfers bring. But, you also have, he has said he had to play the freshmen. You have to give them an opportunity. Otherwise, they might begin to wonder if they could play elsewhere. So he's done that. But I think it's also a case where these freshmen have proven that they belong on the field. And, they're just as capable as some of their older teammates. And you're seeing the fruits of that labor thus far.
Ed, how much of it, the necessity and what we're seeing in terms of the run-pass ratio, kind of the lack of wanting to run the football versus, Washington and getting it out to the receivers, playing to your strengths. Have you been able to run the ball, do you think, and just won't commit to it, or are you doing what you have to do to get wins?
If I had to sort of put my analyst hat on, I would say that there's been some struggles in the run game thus far. I mean, it actually kind of makes you wish that they still had Roman Hemby from last year before he transferred to Indiana. Nolan Ray and DeJuan Williams, they've shown flashes, but they just haven't been consistent. And I think because the run game has not produced as much as they would hope, they have had to rely on Malik Washington and the receivers to sort of lift the offense. And, through the first 4 games, that was working. And through the first 3.5 quarters against Washington, that was working. But it all disappeared in the last quarter and a half. So they had to go back to the drawing board. And, as Mike Locksley has said before, the Big Ten is about running the football, particularly as the weather gets bad. So they really need to figure out a way to get this kind of production from the running game, because you can't just put everything on the arm of a freshman quarterback every time.
I wanted to ask you this too, Ed, about those receivers. You guys have there's 22 drop passes by Maryland this year, which has got to be one of the leading marks in the country. How big of an issue have the drops been, and how they addressed that and talked about that in the weeks leading up to this game?
Yeah, unfortunately, the receiving group is not like last year. Last year you had Ty Felton, Caden Prather. Those were the top 2 guys, and obviously Ty Felton went to the Minnesota Vikings. I don't think Caden Prather. I think he got a tryout, but I don't think he lasted very long with the team. But the guys that are playing right now, they're they're good. They just, like you said, they've dropped too many passes. Some of the passes have been a little difficult, but some of them are catchable. And so, Mike joked that he's considered, buying a jug machine and placing it in the receiving room just so that those guys can practice all the time. But it's clearly an issue. It's something that they need to address. But I think it's also something that just comes with experience. A lot of these guys were not starters last year. They got spot playing time here and there, and now they're being asked to produce as much as they can. And they also brought in some transfers who are new to the system. So I'd be curious to see just how long it takes for them to develop this aspect.
And it's interesting. You hear the age-old adage, you want to run the ball, stop the run, and, of course, have kicking game. And Nebraska special teams has been vastly improved. Actually, it's been a strength. When you pit it against what you think Maryland brings to the table, especially from the kick coverage standpoint, what do you think we'll see from Maryland?
Are you talking about in terms of Maryland's kick coverage? Or
Correct.
Nebraska?
Their kicking game, correct.
Yeah, Maryland has been okay in terms of covering the ball. They haven't given up anything too bad that I can remember. I do remember last year, I think it was an issue. They gave up some decent yardage, like where offenses were starting, outside, like outside the 30-yard line rather than the 20 or 25. So I think it's something that they've addressed. I think they feel comfortable where they are. Obviously, I think Nebraska has a very good kick return game, so this will be a challenge for that unit this Saturday.
Ed, we appreciate it. Enjoy the game on Saturday.
Hey, thanks very much.
We appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Let's look around the Big Ten. 3 big games this weekend. Top-ranked Ohio State heads to 17th-ranked Illinois. That's on Big Noon on Fox. At 2:30, top 10 matchup in Eugene. These 3rd-ranked Ducks host number 7 Indiana Hoosiers. And the nightcap, 15th-ranked Michigan, goes to the Coliseum to take on USC. We asked a survey question a little while ago. Nebraska on the road. Which of those Big Ten games are you most likely to watch? 37% say the big one at noon, and then 31% say Indiana at Oregon, which should be an incredible matchup. Going over the AP, Ohio State at 1, Oregon at 3, Indiana at 7, Michigan at 15, Illinois at 17. Of course, Penn State falls out of the top 25 after that loss to UCLA. All right, let's go take a look at the schedule really quick. We know 2 road games coming up, including a short rest, going to Minnesota, then coming back home for Northwestern to wrap up October. So back-to-back games, right? Back-to-back road games. We've talked about this in the past. Nebraska really hasn't been able to accomplish that back-to-back since all the way back to 2006. What's the biggest challenge in terms of that back-to-back of road games, going all the way out to Maryland and then Minnesota?
I just think the travel, I think you vastly underestimate flying and the wear and tear this has on your body.
Because you're big guys.
Yeah, you are. Yes, you get room, but it dehydrates you. It's just you're not comfortable. Just you get back at later times. It's just your rhythms, your routines is not the same. And then you get the short week.
Yeah.
You got to go do it again. And luckily that's a quicker flight than flying to DC. But it's just tough, man. It just throws you out of your routine, and you're not sleeping in your own bed.
Yeah.
You're not. It's different hotels. It's just everything's a little different, and you get one less day to prepare.
Part of my job on the show is to make Damon mad. Phone caller asked, when Raiola's getting pressured, do you think it ever crosses the coach's mind to put Latif in? I'm sorry. It's a trap.
No, I don't.
No. Okay. Deb asked, let's look at whiteout. Has there ever been, you are a historian of the program, has there been a whiteout at Nebraska?
Not that I know. We had blackouts, obviously
Sure.
redouts, but
Yeah.
I don't recall a whiteout.
There is no reason why you can't, right?
Well, you wouldn't wear white jerseys at home unless you made that declaration, but that's probably
Right. As long as they let you do it, like, Penn State, obviously.
They've
Teams
done
like that.
stripe outs at PBA for basketball. Where
Oh, yeah.
red
I've seen
white,
those.
right.
Iowa does those, too. Those are pretty cool. How do you think Nebraska's going to handle Maryland's pass rush? We know what they've been able to do this season.
Yeah. I mean, they got to get a little more creative, and I think it's twofold. It's picking up the pressures, right? I think they can handle a 4-man, 5-man rush. It's just you're bringing 5, 6 guys. The right guy's got to pick up the guy. You got to communicate. Back's got to fit in a certain way. I think they got to execute with Dylan, stepping up in the pocket a little better, having a little more sense of urgency, and getting the ball out of his hands. I mean, they got to help him out a little bit with the play calls. I think they'll handle it. They know what's coming, and I think they'll get it fixed. But everyone's got to be a little better. And if everyone's just a little better, I think it will be much more improved than we've seen the last 2 games.
This is from Bobby on the email. He asked about how open the wide receivers may be or not be. You're up in the booth, you're watching. He says it's hard to see from the TV coverage angles. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think they're open. We just talked a couple of times in the highlight package where they had the little check down to Emmett. They missed the over route in the back of the end zone. Guys are open, but I think it's, to Jay's point, you need everybody to do 1 of 11. Everybody's got to kind of do their job, whether it's backs chipping, whether it's hot routes, whether it's turning inside versus outside, and also letting it go as a quarterback. Like, it's seldom just one thing in pass protection, but receivers are open.
What do you think? This is another one. Why do you think that Rule hasn't used Harburg to come in and run some option?
Well, they have used Heinrich. I mean, he comes in the
was on a trick play
package, and he has a role. I mean, they know like the versatility he has, but look, I mean, they're going to do what they do with Dillon, and they have other options that they can utilize, and Harburg's one of those options.
Real quick, Tyson Terry, thoughts about his future when he gets healthy and he can play next year?
Yeah, he can do a couple of different things. I think they're going to let him start on the defensive side of the ball. He's an all-conference caliber offensive lineman if he wanted to be. He looks good. He's attacked the weight room. You don't have to worry about his competitiveness.
No.
He is a ultra tough kid too. He'll be somebody they can rally around.
You want to see some more touches for Isaiah Hunter?
Oh, 100%. I think every game situational. Dane didn't have his day, but Dane's had his days in the past.
He's so tough. He's
Right.
just mean-spirited. Like,
He
ran 21.9 miles
He's
an
the
hour.
guy you want.
He's going to let you know.
He's got an attitude.
Yeah, he's going to let you know about it too. So yes, give him the ball more.
Burning question.
Will we see an improvement with Nebraska's protection up front? This will be a much tougher test, obviously, with what Maryland brings with his front four. How will Donovan Raiola have his group ready?
How will they diversify the run game to continue Emmett's trek in terms of running the football?
Special teams again.
Yeah.
I know we brought up, DB tried to ask me a question about their kick game. Nebraska's going to have a chance to get one in this game as well, punt return or kickoff return as well. Hopefully opening half or open the game.
Wouldn't that be something?
Because obviously if they're kicking off, that's not a good thing.
My burning question is, with Nebraska having a quarterback that's going to stay in the pocket, can they get a couple interceptions from him on Saturday? For our picks, how to come up this season, check all the prediction and Facebook X Big Red Wrap-Up page. As a reminder, next game will be on TV Saturday, October 11th, 2:30 Central on BTN. And the next Tuesday night here on Nebraska Public Media, we'll recap the Maryland game and preview the Friday night game against the Gophers on Big Red Wrap-Up. That's 7 p.m. on Nebraska Public Media. You can also tune in on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and our website, nebraskapublicmedia.org. And if you have fond memories of big games in high school like Damon, High School Classics is back for a new season and new episode. It drops on Wednesday. By the way, Jay has fond memories, and so does Sean. Thanks to Stephen M. Sipple, from Jay Moore, Damon Benning, and Sean Callahan. I'm Michael Severe. We'll see you next week here on Big Red Wrap-Up.